What's going on, guys? Hope you're doing well. This is an update video for the new update that's coming out. They did an update last week, update number 3. This is the follow-up update 3.1 that arrives on December 9th. This update will be their last before the holiday season. Their teams are going to be taking a break towards the end of the month, and then they'll return at the beginning of the new year with fresh eyes for the upcoming Season 1. So no downtime is expected for this update, but they'll keep us posted. So here is a summary of what's going on, and then I'm going to go into the actual details. So if you just want to skip down below, you can. I'll have timestamps in the description. Number 1, improvements to bullet hit registration consistency, balance changes for bullet dispersion and recoil, further balance changes to ground vehicle 30mm, 40mm, and 57mm cannons to reduce their effectiveness against infantry, a fix for a rare bug where a player could appear invisible to enemies. Oh, that's not good. Fixes for several bugs related to grenades and launchers, improvements to the menu flow or Xbox players to make it easier to opt out of crossplay, multiple audio improvements to enhance your overall sound experience, focused on clarity, distance, and directional perception. Okay, well, there we go. That is the summary of what's coming up. And I'm looking forward to a lot of these changes. I know a lot of you guys are as well. So let's just go ahead and dive into the nitty gritty. Let's get the details out of the way, and then we can talk more about this. So again, this is update 0.3.1. Fixes, changes, and improvements. General. Players that are not party leader can now cancel while waiting in a queue. Xbox crossplay can now be enabled/disabled in the options menu on Xbox. Your sort settings will now be correctly remembered when refreshing the Battlefield Portal server browser. Fixed an issue where loadouts would sometimes be empty on spawn screen after joining server, preventing weapon selection. Yeah, I had a fix for that in a video. If it still does it, I'll link the video down below as well. Made improvements to ensure aim assist is consistent during console gameplay. There you go. Rangers' effective combat range and overall health have been decreased. Ruh-roh. Audio. Made various tweaks to the overall audio experience to improve clarity, distance, and directional perception. Fixed an issue where soldiers would not always play indoor footsteps. Weapons. Remove bounce from underbarrel grenades when firing at short distances. 40mm AP grenades now properly damage vehicles. Fix some weapons displaying wrong ammo counts for specific magazines. DXR1 and NTW50 bolt-action rifle reload animation increased by 0.2 seconds. Adjust dispersion values for most weapons, which results in a faster dispersion decreases when tap firing or doing short bursts. Adjust dispersion increase for most weapons. It now takes slightly longer for weapons to become overly inaccurate in sustained fire. Adjusted the recoil value to prevent over-aggressive recoil jumps for the AK-24, LCMG, PKP, BP, SFAR, MGL, and PP-29. Improved hipfire accuracy for all SMGs to make them stand out from other automatic weapon archetypes. LMG dispersion and recoil lowered to improve performance in sustained fire. Additional improvements to recoil control for all weapons, more specifically automatic weapons. Increased close range damage and consistency of the MCS 880 when using buckshot shell or flechette shells. Fixed a bug that caused bullets to fire below the player's aim for the SFAR, MGL, and the K30. Vehicles. Fixed a bug where vehicle weapons sometimes did not deal blast damage on a direct hit. We're reducing the ground vehicle's 30mm cannon effectiveness versus infantry. It now overheats faster, has a slightly reduced rate of fire and blast damage, and increased fall-off damage at distance. Rate of fire 350 down to 330. Heat per bullet 0.13 up to 0.14. Heat drop per second 0.5 to 0.475. Blast damage was 20, now is going to be 18. Hovercraft 40mm GPL grenade launcher, blast damage lowered from 55 to 35. The 40mm utility pod upwards firing angle is now easier to use. The EBAA Wildcat 57mm cannon, dispersion, ammo 12 down to 8, impact damage 85 down to 75, blast damage 70 down to 35. Wow, that's a huge difference. Now on to gadgets. Frag grenades. Increase the time to detonate a frag grenade from 1.1 seconds to 1.4 seconds after first bounce on hard collision. Increase damage to all grenades across the game to deal 120 damage and guarantee a kill on armored players too. Reduce frag and incendiary grenade max ammo count from 2 down to 1. Proxy sensors. Lowered spotting radius from 30 meters to 20 meters. Lowered uptime from 30 seconds to 14 seconds. Lowered amount of proxy sensor a player can carry and deploy from 2 to 1. Now let's look at some game modes. Battlefield Hazard Zone fixed an issue that caused the roaming occupying forces LATV-4 recon to spawn at the wrong times or not at all. Breakthrough. All rooftop capture objectives for Kaleidoscope, Orbital, and Hourglass have been removed. I repeat, all rooftop capture objectives, I know, have been removed for Breakthrough in Kaleidoscope, Orbital, and on Hourglass. There are now going to be single capture objectives at the bottom of Breakthrough in these situations. Kaleidoscope will have 2 capture objectives at the bottom. Orbital will have a single objective at the bottom of that roof, and Hourglass also only 1 objective that you'll have to capture, and that's both for the Breakthrough large and small. Soldiers. Improvements on backpedaling into objectives when being in a prone position. Fixed a rare issue where players could turn invisible when spawning on a full destroyed vehicle. All right, well that's it. There you go. Big news though. Breakthrough. They've changed the objectives and they've removed them. So I'm looking forward to seeing how Breakthrough plays now. This is going to be a lot of fun. Now that you have that small objective at the bottom, how are they going to defend that? It's still going to be a cluster. You talk about a grind. That was a grind on Kaleidoscope. It was a grind on Orbital big time. All of those maps, it was a huge grind. But I have seen where people have busted through on Kaleidoscope. I've actually been in one match where I won on Kaleidoscope. It was amazing. All right, guys. Well, that's it for me. If you like what you see, hit the like button. If you didn't, that's fine too. You can always come by the stream and tell me how much you didn't like it. I stream every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, starting at 1 p.m. Eastern time here in the U.S. So there you go. All right. Well, that's it for me. As always, thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. And until next time, bye for now.